Earlier this week, Facebook and the other tech companies that it owns were down for 6 hours, causing an estimated profit loss of $65 million. Oh no. So to comfort and console the billionaire/human Mark Zuckerberg, I have decided to draw him in 9 different art styles. Let's do it. Style 1. Ed Roth. You'll know Ed Roth's work from Ratfink and these pieces. And the first thing that I notice about his characters is how much liveliness and expression they have. And the first thing I notice about Mark Zuckerberg is the opposite. So I'm gonna try combine the craziness of the line work, the cars, and the big hand gestures with Zuck's absolute placid wet fish of a face. Little pursed lips, non-threatening eyebrows, chuck in that Facebook blue. Brum brum, where you going, Zucky? You wouldn't be on your way to use misinformation to keep people on your platforms for longer for profit, would ya? Nah, just kidding. This guy clearly cares about the neurological and political repercussions of using intentionally divisive content. Don't you, Mark? Style 2. Amusement park caricature. I'll exaggerate his beady little eyes, bring his cheeks out, make his teeth even bigger than they normally are, just kind of stretch his face like Play-Doh. Keep it all in grayscale, trying to make a quick buck here on the boardwalk. Chuck in a cartoony Mark, aka Lil Zuck. And we have the creepiest style ever with the creepiest subject matter ever. Style 3. Bianca Beers. If you don't know the work of Bianca Beers, this is it. She's based in Sydney and she's actually a friend of mine. In fact, she even made this lovely artwork of me. She is extremely talented. She opts more for texture brushes than hard lines, so I'm using kind of a chalk brush here. I like the way that she contours faces. It's almost like how a makeup artist would. I'm gonna make the eyes pop and make those lashes real nice and the brows real perfect. Give them luscious lips. I like all these lively lines that she uses in her faces. I'll add some freckles and then start on the background. I'll use that Facebook blue and just start speckling it and adding all these expressive shapes. So many of you would know that Facebook started out as a website to rank girls exclusively on their appearance, and if we can all just temporarily suspend how cooked it is that our most ubiquitous form of communication came out of the most dehumanizing idea, then you know what, Mark, in this picture, I reckon you'd rank number 1. Looking pretty, Zucky. Real pretty. Style 4. 70s Blacklight Poster. As a former heavy consumer of acid, no surprises there, I find these posters kind of nostalgic, even though I was born in the 90s. There's something just so cool about neon and black together. I want a phrase down the bottom that just screams, I'm 14 and this is deep. If you don't pay for it, you are the product. And not because I'm cringing at that, but because that is who I am. Deep down in my soul. I am 14 and this is deep. But yeah, I want it to appeal to the same type of person who'd feel like a genius for pointing out that this rant against Zuckerberg is posted on one of his platforms. Hot take. Look at that, I love it, but holy smokes, this Zuck is one cone away from telling me to wake up, sheeple. Aren't ya? Aren't ya? You're gonna start calling us all robots, complaining about the system. Zuck? I cringe because I am you. Alright, let's get happy. Style 5. May Gibbs. May Gibbs is the incredible, iconic Australian artist who is responsible for Snugglepot and Cuddle Pie and the Big Bad Banksia Man. I'm gonna make Zuck a gumnut baby, sitting on a eucalyptus leaf. I'm gonna try to use the palette of the Australian bush here. Get that nice red bark, and that dried green eucalyptus leaf, and then the Facebook blue, just to ruin it. Ah, he's so cute. I mean, he's not wearing pants, but he's so cute. You know, this guy's just smoking meat, drinking water, selling your data to anybody who asks. Alright, let's keep it Australian. Style 6. Jared Wright. Jared Wright is the genius behind The Big Les Show. But today, instead of imitating Jared's style like I have done in the past, I've decided that I'm just going to ask Jared to do it himself. Take it away, baby.
This is probably the most creepiest thing I've ever drawn. I mean, look at these eyes. Now there's 6 of them. That's just fucking too much. Pixie's eyes, just a little bit. I feed off your data. Well, there you have it. Please stay still while I scan your face.
Oi, Mark, you fucking druggo. And that is actually one of the cool things about social media, is that me and Jared can connect. So 1 point to you, Zuck. Just 1. Style 7. Corporate Memphis. This right here is Corporate Memphis. It is a style often associated with big tech. You might have seen it in a startup explainer video or as the characters on a trendy app. I'm gonna use the photo of Mark Zuckerberg surfing. Start with his torso, make Zuck thick. In general, there are a lot of flat shapes, minimal outlines. Have a circle for a face with a little point in it. Very simple expression. Chuck in the sunscreen. A little shucker in there. A little Zuckerberg. And then add in my textures in the background. Very basic waves. Ugh, this could not be more fitting if I tried. You know, I don't think I've ever been so happy to make something so soulless. Now I know how Mark's parents feel. Style 8. Anonymous boy. Anonymous Boy, made by Tony Arena, was a queer punk icon who made the animated film Green Pubes and the DIY 1990s zine Anonymous Boy. It's a pretty simple style, black and white, big emphasis on clothing. I'll give Mark a bootleg Misfits shirt, some Chuck Taylors, holding a little phone that says, "I see you." That's not creepy. I love it. But please, don't let this distract you from the fact that in 2018, Facebook knowingly served gay conversion therapy ads to its LGBTIQ+ users because I guess, you know, enragement is engagement, which means more money for Zuck, even at the cost of queer mental health. Okay. Style 9. Muka. How could you not love Muka's work? It's so beautiful, it's stunning, the colours are great, it's just all so gorgeous. Kind of like the artistic opposite of Zuck. I'll start making all those concentric circles, bringing in the borders, chuck Zuck in the middle like he's a beautiful Muka girl, and then really work on these little detailed patterns. I don't know what it is about these little florals and all the little lines and stuff, but it just makes me so happy. It's kind of bringing up my mood. I'll pick my palette as sort of these warm pastels, some deep green to offset it, as well as some Facebook blue. Mukaberg. Muka never had to worry about the algorithm or engagement or metrics. But our generation's Muka, no, they might be creating the greatest artworks known to humankind. But because of an algorithm, they might feel so discouraged that they never ever complete those works. Cool! So before we get to the bonus star, I want to go through some of the Zuck submissions. I love it. It's amazing. Wow. Thanks for making it this far into the video, by the way. I hope you're enjoying yourself. And thank you everybody for submitting these Zucks. It does feel like a community. Yeah. I love this one. Time for a bonus style, why not? It's truthless, that's me, my style, let's do it. I'll start with his silly little face, those weird pursed lips, his nose, his Roman Emperor haircut. Then I'll add his body and his tail and his webbed feet, chuck his scales in. I'll colour him in his media-friendly skin colour and his actual skin colour. And there you go. What an absolute 100% totally normal human being. Thank you very much for watching. This was a bit spicier than my normal videos, but you know, I was in a spicy mood. I'm not crazy about the way that social media is changing our behaviour, and I'm not crazy about what it's doing to me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, hope you found out about some new artists, and I hope you also found out a few things about Zuck. Catcha.